Okay, so now we are on to Algebra Set X, long and synthetic division. Okay, so this is like your regular division. The only thing is that you have variables to work with. Now, this is a solutions video explaining this. Just follow the workout the way I do it, yeah. I will be doing a little bit of explanation, but that's about it. Hang on. Right, so let's begin with the first one. So what do you do in regular division? You write down the divisor, which is x minus 2, and the dividend, which is 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus x and minus 20. I'm intentionally separating each of these monomials out here, whatever you want to call them, because as you can see, now if you had something like 10 and a 2, then you'll say 2 goes into 10 5 times, correct? So you try to, get exactly the same sign, exactly the same number, right? So similar thing you have to do out here. We have to try and get exactly 4x cubed. But this entire thing, x minus 2, needs to be multiplied with something out here, correct? To give you 4x cubed. So then x minus 2 into what will give you 4x cubed? Focus on that. So therefore, you only focus on x. So you write down x square. X and x square gives you 4x x cube, and you just put a 4. So you know x into 4x square gives you 4x cube. And then the rest I'll explain you. Yeah. So you write down out here 4x square. So x into 4x square gives you 4x cube. But then you have to also multiply negative 2, right? So negative 2 into 4x square will give you negative 8x square. Will give you negative 8x square. Are you with me? So that's what you get out here, negative 8x square. So x into 4x square gives you 4x cube minus 2 into 4x square gives you negative 8x square. Now you do your normal thing. So out here, you would normally put a negative and then give you a 0. So similarly, you put a negative and you get a 0. And the positive becomes negative and the negative becomes positive, right? So negative and positive 8x square gives you 5x square. Understood? Yeah. Now, bring down the x and it'll be plus. Now we need to multiply x minus 2 into what gives you 5x square. So that'll be 5x. So write down plus 5x. Had it been a negative 5x square, then you would have put a negative 5x out here. But it's not negative. So you just write plus 5x. So x into 5x, x into 5x gives you 5x square. Minus 2 into 5x gives you minus 10x, right? Minus 10x. Understood? So that's what you need to put out here. So you write down 5x square and minus 2 into 5x gives you minus 10x. Change the sign, negative becomes positive. So you got 11x and bring down negative 20 out here. Okay. Now I need 11x. So it's very simple. Plus 11. So x minus 2 into 11 is 11x. And then negative 2 into 11 is negative 22. Now change the sign. So this cancels and you get minus 20 plus 22 gives you 2 as your remainder. This is your quotient, and this is your divisor. And that part inside is called your dividend. Dividend. D. D-I-V-I-D-E-N-D. Dividend. This is your divisor. Understood? So that's how you work it out. So in a nutshell, um, yeah, so this is what you need to get. The focus is on both the remainder and the quotient. The focus is on what remainder you get and what is your quotient. Yeah. Okay, let's solve M. So x plus 3, and you have 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 2x plus 12. So to get a 3x cube, I need x square definitely, because x into x square gives me x cube. But it will be 3x squared, because x plus 3 into what gives you 3x cube. So it will be 3x square. So x into 3x square is 3x cube, and plus 3 into 3x square is 9x square. So therefore, you get 3x cube and 9x square. Change the sign. This cancels. Negative 2x square, negative 9x square is negative 11x square. Yeah. Bring down the negative 2x. Now I need 11x square. So ask yourself, x plus 3 into what gives you 11x square? Negative. So don't forget, it will be negative 11x square. Yeah. So obviously it will be 11x and negative, right? It will be negative 11x, right? So x into negative 11x will give me negative 11x square, and plus 3 into negative 11x is negative 33x. Yeah. So therefore, this out here will be negative 11x. So you get negative 11x square and negative 33x. Change the sign. So this cancels. 2x and plus 33x is plus 31x. Bring down the 12. Plus 12. So to get 31x, you simply write plus 31. So x plus 3 into 31 gives me 31x plus 60, 93. Right? So 31x plus 93. Change the sign. This cancels, and you got negative of 81 as your remainder. Yeah. I think the previous question also had 81 as a remainder. No, previous question had 2 as the remainder. So this is your quotient. That's important, and the remainder is important. Understood? N. So I need a 12x square. So x into what gives me 12x square? So it will be 12x. Correct. It's x minus 4, by the way. So x minus 4 into what gives me 12x square? x into 12x gives me 12x square. So minus 4 into 12x will be minus 48x. So you'll have 12x out here on the top. So you got 12x square and negative 48x. Change the sign. Negative becomes positive. Positive becomes negative. Cancels. So plus 48 and plus 9 gives you 57x. Bring down negative 15. Correct? So I want 57x. So obviously I'll write 57 out here. So x into 57 gives me 57x. Yeah. And minus 4 into 57. So 4 sevens are 28. 4 5 are 20, 22. So that's negative 20. And this is, so now the sign changes negative and this negative becomes positive. So 228 negative 15 is 213. That's my remainder. That's my quotient. Got it? Yeah. So the only thing that you need to focus on or notice out here that when you do a normal division, yeah, let's say 13 and 5, so 5 twos are 10. So you end up getting a positive remainder. Out here, there's a possibility of getting a negative remainder as well. So this is called the long division. And in here, you can have a negative remainder as well. Out here, you usually have a positive remainder. Oh, so try and separate it, becomes neater. So x into what gives you 3x square? So x into 3x gives me 3x square. And plus 5 into 3x is plus 15x. Change the sign. Negative, negative. This cancels. Negative 15x, negative 7x is negative 22x. Bring down 20, positive. I want a 22x negative, so negative 22, right? Negative. So x plus 5 into negative 22 gives me negative 22x and negative 110. Got it? Excuse me. So negative 22x and negative 110. Change the sign, cancels, and you got 130 as your remainder, positive, and this is your quotient. That's about it, nothing more. So that's why these are easier because you will see in the next worksheet, that is elementary algebra set Y, I've given you tougher ones. Okay, never mind. So that was O. P now. So I'll just solve the P. X minus 3, 2x square, 5x positive, and negative 12. So obviously I write 2x out here because I know x into 2x gives me 2x square. Negative 3 into 2 gives me plus negative 6x. Change the sign, negative, positive. So I got 11x. Bring this down, negative 12. I want 11x now. So plus 11. So I get 11x and negative 33. Change the sign. So I got 1 and 2. So 21 is my remainder. This is my quotient. So that's about the long division for you. Now synthetic division. Okay. So focus now. This is important. Yeah. So synthetic division uh, is the same thing. Yeah. So before I go on to the A, B, C, D, E, let me go back and show you that I got a 21 as my remainder. So in synthetic division, this was long division. Yeah. This was long division. So now we'll do synthetic division. Yeah. So in synthetic division, this is how it works, right? You you have to simply write down the coefficients of x square, x, and this 12. So 12 is on its own. So coefficient of x square is 2, 5x is 5, and negative 12 will be negative 12. That's how. And out here, instead of x, you take only negative 3 outside here. Now you neatly draw, like, leave this space out here, leave the space, right? Bring the 2 down, yeah. And now minus 3 into 2 gives you minus 6. See how I'm writing it down. See how I'm writing it down. I took, first of all, remember I take something like this. Remember this, like a sleeping 7, right? Horizontal 7. Okay. So horizontal 7, yeah, just like it's shown digitally in your calculators and watches. So put a horizontal 7. Now take only the coefficients of the given question. Okay. So it's 2 and then 5 and then negative 12. And for divisor, you only take the constant part of it, which is negative 3. Then leave a space and draw a line. Now bring back down the 2. Now minus 3 into 2 is negative 6. Change the sign and you bring down 11. Then minus 3 into 11 is minus 33. Change the sign. Yeah. And then you get 21. Got it? Now what is this? What is this and this? So remember, x square was this portion, but this portion will be 1 less degree than x square. So this portion will be written as 2x, and this will remain as constant because after, if you remove the x, so it kind of, if it's x cube, then the remainder portion will be x square. If it's x square, then the remainder portion is x. If it's x, then you have nothing. You have a constant as a remainder. So after 2x, you have a constant, and then this portion becomes your remainder. So now you compare the long division remainder and this remainder, and you compare this quotient and this quotient out here. Do you see? Let me do it again for you out here. So sleeping 7, write down the coefficients 2, 5, and negative 12. Negative 3, bring down the 2. Minus 3 into 2 is negative 6. Write it down out here. See how it goes. Change the sign. I got 11. Now minus 3 into 11 is negative 33. So see how I'm writing it down. Where am I writing it down? And all those things are important. The structure is important. Now change the sign. So I got 21. Now this was x square. This was x square. This becomes x. This was 5x. So this one becomes without an x. So 2x plus 11 is my quotient, and that's my remainder. Synthetic division for you. Let's now solve a few questions. So let's start with the first one. Synthetic division. So sleeping 7, write down the coefficients 12, leave some gap, minus 1, leave some gap, minus 6, and negative 105. Now out here you write down plus 4. Okay, without whatever is not x, you'll write down out there with the sign. So it's plus 4. In the previous example which I did, it was negative whatever 2, I think. Now leave a gap and draw a line. Bring down the 12. Okay, so 4 times 12 is 48. Change the sign. You get negative 49. Now 4 times negative 49 is 4 less than 200, right? Right. 4 times 50 is 200. 4 times 49 is 4 less. So 196. What? Negative 196. Change the sign. Don't forget to change the sign. So I get positive 190. Now 19 times 4 is 19 times 2 is 38. 19 times 4 is double of 38, so 76. But there's a 0 also. So remember 4 times 190 is positive 760. Change the sign. So I got negative 865. That's my remainder, negative. See, and this one was what? 12x cubed. Remember it was 12x cubed. So this one will become 12x square. This one will become negative 49x. And this will remain as it is. So this is my quotient and that is my remainder. You can try it out on your own for doing it, uh, you know, solving it using the long division method. Yeah. Okay. B. Sleeping 7. Write down the coefficient. So x cube has 1, negative 8 plus 4 and negative 10. And out here it will be negative 7. Leave some gap. Bring down the 1. Understood? Negative 7 into 1 is negative 7. Change the sign. Negative 1. Negative 7 into negative 1 is positive 7. Change the sign. And I got negative 3. Negative 7 into negative 3 is positive 21. Change the sign. I got negative 31 as my remainder. Now look at this. This was x cubed. This was x cubed. So this one will be x square. This one will be x. And this will be constant. So you can rewrite it as x square minus x minus 3 as my quotient and negative 31 as my remainder. C. Sleeping 7 minus 5, 1, 12, negative 4. Bring down the 1. Yeah. So minus 5 into 1 is minus 5. Change the sign. 17. Minus 5 into 17 is minus 85. Change the sign and you got 81. So 81 is your remainder. Yeah. Since it was x square, this one will be x, like 1x, and this one will be 17 also. So x plus 17 is my quotient, 81 is my remainder. D. So I got 4, and then I got 8 and 9 and negative 9, and bring down 8. Okay. So 4 times 8 is 32. Remember, nothing comes here. Okay. So 4 times 8 is 32. Change the sign. So I got negative 20 and 3. Right. Now 4 times negative 23 is 3 4 are 12 and 24 are 18, 92. So negative 92. Change the sign. So I got 83 positive. That's my remainder. And 8x minus 23 is my quotient. Okay, because it's 8, it's this one is 8x square. So this one will be 8x. Yeah, okay. Last one. So I go 1, 2, 3, negative 8. Bring down the 2. 1 2s are 2. Change the sign. 1. 1 1s are 1. Change the sign. Negative 9. Negative 9 is my remainder. And I've got 2x plus 1 as my quotient. Okay, so just to show you, because it's a very simple question, I don't mind spending time on it. I'm doing long division on this. 2x square plus 3x minus 8. So x into what gives me 2x square? 2x. Change the sign. Oh, I forgot 1 into 2x is plus 2x. So this also change the sign. This cancels and I got x minus 8. Bring down 8. Now I want obviously plus 1 only because x into plus 1 is x and 1 into 1 is 1. Change the sign and I got negative 9 and negative 9 is the remainder 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1. This is just confirming it. And that's it. We are done with this worksheet. I thought it would be complicated. It is complicated, but the questions are easy. So the next set Y will be a hard worksheet. All right. The worksheets are available using the link. So you can access it using the link in the description of the video. Thank you. Bye.